morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the people come from all the part of the world. Thank you for your watching and visiting. So today is again our financial videos. That is my pleasure and I feel so honored can be sitting here sharing some knowledge about economic or financial information. But it is the routine and I have to declare this once more again. I am not the student of the finance school or economic school, but my job is just a little bit related with the financial tool. So, on the original point, okay, I just to talk about this generously and to speak it frankly. I have to post these videos in order to emphasize and strengthen my knowledge communication. So that is very, very important to me. I need to have a time and some special specific video that I can just to transform or just deliver some useful information about the finance to the people who are interested in or who need it. So to introduce or bring some professional knowledge of the finance is just the part of the skills of the videos, but mostly we have the tendency to bring some useful information for the knowledge. So, but before we can just to hold on and own to manipulate the precisely correct information about the finance or economic, we have to know about some basic theory in the finance. So that is why I sit here and introduce some knowledge to all of you all. So that's the video. We talk about the history and the humankind history. It's just a process, procedures, the economic activities in humankind society. So we can see the economic situation, circumstance about the economic will change with the human being's life. That is related to the government, education, and some trend. So that is very important to discuss or to research. When we want to know about the economic activities, we have to know about the human being more and more. Because human being is a kind of biology which is complicated. So we have to set up a system that is logical. And then we go to research it by some very observative method. So that is very, very common when we talk about the economic and finance. So last video, when the ancient time, so we just been through the empire period. So we have the monarch, we have the emperor, they have the emperors. So our economic activities related to the government and religion and some trade, although it is related to the education. So, but after the Industrial Revolution, so the political system has been changed. People's consciousness has lived up. So we want to find another new way to rule our world in the society. So when the method of ruling is changing and the method of the economic activities is changing as well. So when we know about this, we just have to ponder that economic is just like the history of humankind. So in the modern time, present time, we're still in a very steady political system. So we can just to observe more about the modern time economic situation. But if you want to talk about all the humankind economic circumstance, how it transformed from the time we have the literature till now, we have passed through so many periods of time. Each time have its own economic circumstance and how it presented content all different. So when I talk about this so far, you will understand that, that is why we have to research, because the content and the circumstance of the economic in every period of time in human being history, all different. So if we want to own or to occupy, have a very strengthened position in the economic world, we have to know about the human being very precisely and deeply. Yes, of course, you have to know this. But here are some methods. Because human beings, history is very complicated. So the economic is not like the science subject can be depicted in a very regular and logical way. But actually, I have to explain it. Science subject is several methods and several theories to help people, humankind being, can use this theory to handle and produce some technology assisting human beings' life. So actually, the object, the scientist, go to research are all different and complicated. We just have some very clearly and logical method in a science subject. But actually, the object we're going to research are all in the earth. So the situation, the object, the circumstance are all complicated. Just the one thing is different is that just like the relativity theory, so we can have a equation. So, and then we can have a theory to explain this scope of science. So, as the same reason going to be, when we talk about the economic knowledge in the world, we can offer some logical and full of system-like theory to explain the economic world, how it works. So we always use induction and deduction, the both sides of methods to research the economic and finance. So how the science subject, the scientist, how they do their research, we can use their method to make all the complicated history from humankind to be more clearly into classification, and we can know it more logically and to abundantly to separate it into many very detailed classification, and to study it, research it, discuss it, and to make it into the experiment. So we still use this kind of method. One is we will observe first. And then we will give it assumption. And when we give it assumption, we will offer some questions about it. First, we observe, and then we offer some questions about it. Then we just deliver assumption. Then we just to research and refer some documents in the books or from the school. And then we put it all into the experiment. Then if we can obtain some conclusion, therefore, in the long run summit, we can obtain some theory. So the step by step, and after the induction and the deduction, we can just to make all the economic activity and in a financial circumstance into a very logical system. And then we can talk something about their content, their inner actions, and how it works by these theories. So that is why we have to use some scientific way to just make the economic world more logical. That is the way, the method, the economic going to research its knowledge. So we have to follow it. So after all of this, so the economists can predict or just can to observe and or to depict all the situation, the circumstance in one area or one region of the world, how it works and what kind of incident happened now, and how it influenced another incident, and why it comes from, and what is the reason and what is the answer behind the incident happened now. So the economists have to know it very, very deeply, and all they have to do is to make all the information into the regular and very clear logical system, and then they can offer you a very, very precisely clear pattern of all the situation coming up. So that is very, very important. So in the economic, we talk about how the economists to research the activities of human beings' economic. So as the scientist, the economists also use the scientific method to study and research all the circumstances of the economic. So that is very, very interesting. So if you really want to predict or to know a company or one fund, how it will be in the future, so the economists will explain to you by some hints, and they will give you some clues and tell you the history, not only the history, the company ever go, or just the fund where it comes. The economists will tell you all the inner situation about the interest, about the cost, about the employees, and about the policy. So they have to research and to know so abundant knowledge and related information. Then they use the logical system method to just clarify all the problems, and then they will tell you very, very clearly rules and give you very exactly answer. Just you want to know. This is economists, why they do their job. So that is the result after we know the method, how to research it. In the economic situation, in the economic world, because human being society is so complicated, so we have to use a way that is very, very powerfully logical, so we can just classify all the complicated situations into very, very regular category. So that is a way we can just know a very complicated subject more and more clear. So this is today I want to offer to you. Today we just talk about how we research the economic. Just like the scientists do, we use the scientific method to research the economic knowledge subject. So that will make all the complicated information more and more precisely clear. So that is why we have to do this. Okay, this is today's video. We still have other to talk. So wait for me. We see next video. Bye bye.